So Maverick is on our right now, and they're the number 2 seed. There we go. We've got a good deep pull and a lot of speed as well. It's our first open game coverage here. Phoenix, the number 1 seed here. Expect a nice big. Oh, Keelan came down a little bit off there on his ankle, but seems okay. Ben with a nice huck. Ken, sorry, not Ben. And Phoenix, 1-0. Now they're going to be putting a D-line out. And they've brought a pretty strong and large roster here this weekend. Maverick is in a bit of a rebuilding year. A little bit of the history that they've had so far this tournament is they have lost to Roy on Universe Point. They were getting their stuff together in that game, but just mentally, it's a very important kind of battle for them. They had a close game against Goose as well. And Goose is part of their system. And the final result there, 13-9. Thank you to Ryan Briggs for that. Now Briggs is a little bit of a Phoenix fan. He's done quite a bit of Ottawa stuff. He's played Firebird. He's played University of Ottawa or Carleton? University of Ottawa as well. He is from North Bay, though, which I think is probably a team that I would prefer to cheer for if they were here. And it's interesting that Nads isn't here because they have a good shot at getting to Nationals. And if Nads is there, then you know that it's going to be pulling in some furious guys with him. And GOAT guys as well, and you get Andy Collins. As he says, 2014, watch out. It's going to be interesting. We do have observers for this game as well. It's good training. Maverick has a few new faces this year. And it's a great zone that's come out here. Deep in the end zone. They need to get a hammer over here, but everyone is crowded in. Bit of direction now. Wind has also popped up a bit. And running there, number 17, running the play just up the field now is Lee Gonzalez. Now coming back to Andrew Higgins here with the friction gloves. Give and go. He's trying to get it going, and the zone is sticking around. This is impressive. Phoenix is coming out with a lot of energy. Wants to send it to the far side. Phoenix containing. Good contain. Is that Sanderson at the back? Sanderson, one of the former captains of Mud. So strong handler, also played on Liquid on the last year that existed. Now to Bacon. Bacon's got it. Or Lee Gonzalez. Oh, and just threads it through. And then back and forth with Carl and Higgy. Higgy once again. Dave now back to Carl. Just a little bit of a slip in the middle of the field. Oh, and almost lost, but recovered. And again, Dave going up line. Dave, a little bit of knee, coming back with a foul call, 0. And shoelace being tied. We're just slowing this pace down here. Everyone's getting a breath. And we've got a horizontal setup up the field. Carl with a great juke. And Sanderson's calling for it right away, but another pick upfield. No, I don't know about you, but this is great energy coming into this game. I hope I can keep it up. And Dave coming in, but he was just being tracked. And now Higgy, great angle towards the disc. He's running this offense right now. And foul called. Again, just bumped there. Phoenix really working hard to get the D here. And then just up to Higgy on the sideline. Easy at the end, but Maverick worked for that. And with their shorter line and roster, that is going to tire them out a bit. Phoenix, they can afford to do that, especially with their D-line. That's what they're there for. But 1-1. If you're just joining us here, it is only 1-1. There have been no turnovers right now. Just great high-level ultimate. exciting to see and watch. The pace on this, a bit different from some of the other games we've watched so far today, but each division has their own characteristic. So far, we've seen excellent movement from these teams and great high-level play. So Phoenix, #1 seed on this, expecting, with Phoenix going this year, I think we can expect them to be in the finals. Another big deep pull. There's no crossover. Maverick has got a separate D-line out there. Really young group here as well. Really wide open. Matt Berg with the disc. In case looking for a round. And just wide open player here. Matt's a little bit tired. Looks like it. Close was called. It was really close, but getting beat up line and an injury. And it's really tough the way that he went through that dirt. But as I was saying, Matt Berg, in case you don't know him, he's one of the short players on there, but just really quick. Matt and I also, we work together on Ulti-Apps. In case you've seen that, it's a stats keeping application for Ultimate. Just tap around the field, check it out. Used by a lot of high-level teams right around the world, including San Francisco's Fury. Oh, and that one just a little bit too easy. And Russ there, a little bit annoyed. They didn't switch correctly. They weren't talking, and that's the issue. Is that when you have a young team like this, you need to be talking more. And the communication, they'll work on it. And I think that's a story that we need to take into this game. And Maverick also needs to take to heart is that they're a young team, they're developing, there are certain expectations for things like this to happen. Same way that PPF is still a development team. They've been developing over the last few years and they've gotten much better now. You need to be louder and just yell at it. Go ahead. Anyhow, some PPF ladies there. Captain's actually walking by our field mic. So great energy to start this. What defense is Phoenix going to bring? And Phoenix's D-line can rival any O-line in terms of their efficiency. And that's what you want out of a D-line. You need, once they get the turn, they need to be able to punch it in. And you can't only rely upon the offense of the other team being bad at defense. Pretty much the same O-line we saw, other than Higgy. Andrew Higgins has left the field and taken off his gloves. And out-called by the observer, so he should be able to take it. He should be able to take it to the middle. And this is one thing that teams have to get used to doing, is they have to get used to playing with observers. And this is a great practice here, and it's great practice for the observers as well. Anyhow, I'm talking a lot more this game, but just feeding off the energy on the field. Horizontal stack set up. And then just a little push on Dan. Sanderson sends it up high. Easy. Huck available. Oh, great flick. Absolutely great flick. And who was that? Carl pulled it down, I believe, at the end. Carl from one of the Guelph players playing on the team. That was quick movement. Now, one of the things you might not know about many of these players, especially the newer ones, is that they do play with a lot of these guys throughout the season. In that Maverick players, the ones that have retired, say like Matt Snow and Andy Ray, do play with many of these players in league and do play at the same high level. In fact, typically the leagues that we have, even though they're mixed, will have a combination of PPF and Maverick players. And there'll be enough for 2 teams, so they'll make 2 teams. And they'll also play each other periodically, and they'll play Whiplash. It's a fairly strong system and a way to introduce some of the newer players to the chemistry that they have. So far this game, Maverick feeling pretty good. Maybe they just needed a wake-up call. Phoenix, though, have not made a mistake yet on offense. They've been playing defense very well as well. And Maverick with a pole that goes out of bounds. They're going to be playing a little bit of a zone, it looks like here. It's going to be a wedge, and then they're playing junk behind it. Killing with the disc, and then a flick huck, and there's 2 players down there, and that's the first error Phoenix has made. In fact, we had great pickups. It was a 2-on-1 situation, and then Matt just boxed him out. Vertical stack here, 5 with the 2 handlers, same style that PPF was playing earlier. Bill goes up the field, pull down the middle, and there's a pick call. There's a pick call in the middle of the stack back here, and the shoelace is untied again. Perhaps a different player. Wind is picked up as well now. It's about at steady, at least 10 to 15 kilometers an hour now. No longer the gusts. A little bit more cloudy, but still no rain expected, and that's primarily what we're interested in. And that is an error, and I think, unfortunately, the cut that came there was one that actually benefited the defense. And great read from Maverick though, but just a lot of power going right up line. And Phoenix make a mistake, but are able to hang on. At the same time, Maverick just whittled under the pressure on the vertical stack. And this 5-2 system that both PPF and Maverick playing are, you can see it hurting them. And I think it's something that they really need to work on and fix. Is figure out how to get that additional handler reset back. And I think that's been the issue, is they've been playing it and they have great options upfield, but none of those options come back. And I think that's where they've had most of the problems. Carl being kicked off the field on the Maverick side. It appears they have an 8-person rotation on offense on the O-line. They have a standard 7 on D though. Keep track of that. Wind not yet a factor in the game picking up, but it's picking up to the point where it's helping things float. And it's that sort of lovely wind, what just helps you out a little bit. And for a game like this, it's helping with the speed. This pole going way out. Dave going to be picking it up and bringing it back towards the middle. Sanderson over here as the handler. That's on the right side of your screen right now, and now on the left side of your screen in the field. He's going to be the home side handler. On the away side handler is Bacon, or Lee Gonzalez. We've got Andy Higgins, or Andrew Higgins, who's back on with his gloves. So it's... Oh, and it's a bouncy play, but Andrew's got it. And a pick was called upfield. Maverick player there just shaking his head a little bit. He knows that his centering pass wasn't the greatest. And I think this is where you get those little inconsistencies. Against Phoenix, you just need to be so perfect. And sorry, missed it. Got excited, but it's dropped. Just out of reach on Sanderson. Now Phoenix with a chance to break. And it's a backhand force. Broken in the middle. And this defense is really good. Just moving the O, like the defensive O is very quick. You can see with each throw. Just looking for the IO break. Floats it out. Foul called. He's going to contest it and send it back. Moving the disc back to midfield, creating lots of space. The vertical, as you can see, is also shifting back, but the handlers have got space to move around then. They're looking up line, coming back to the middle. They've got lots of room on the break side, but call from the sideline if someone's poached. And the open side is very easy here. And the first break of the game goes to Phoenix. Very patient outside the end zone. And I think our internet connection has slowed down again a little bit. Yes, Jason Lamb, I hear you. So our internet connection again has gotten a bit flaky. We're really not sure why it keeps doing that. Sometimes we've got a great solid connection and the other times it just goes away.
Like you were sitting there and then people just kept coming in front of you like 4 separate times.
No, we'll just wait and see and hope it gets better.
But there was a couple times where you were like the clear ISO and there was just people that kept like jumping in front of you every single time. Like we need to get way better.
Phoenix now pulling, and it's a little bit of a shorter pull. Bit of a roller. Movement's going to start earlier, and now we're in the vertical stack. Travel called. Unknown what was happening there, but call goes upfield, and it's a D. Wind's getting a little bit gustier. This might actually affect the issue, or start to at least soon. Berg with the disc. Pick called. We have an ambulance showing up here to the field as well. Hope folks aren't too injured. But it would be unfortunate if they were. Anyways. See the ambulance and the fire truck coming, so we'll try to figure out, make sure everyone's okay. Oh, and just a finally at the end, an easy punch up the line, but some of those discs were bouncing as well. There's been a lot of body contact out there. Seems like some of the Maverick players who are new to Phoenix are be a little bit perturbed by the body contact. Phoenix with another break, 5-2. Internet seems to be fast again. But just like that, that initial kind of momentum shift affecting Maverick. On the sideline, Yaron Gorski not playing, it appears. Might be a hamstring injury. He's just icing it a little bit. Another player that actually played in Waterloo for a little bit, I think when he was in university. Might have done one season on Liquid or Maverick, I can't remember which one. So Russ now, they've switched up, and there's a zone. Big dump, he needs to move the disc, get this zone moving. Matt needs to move this disc. Russ has got a great flick. And it's shifted now to a man. And there's no cuts upfield. Russ is doing this as a handler. No options. Oh, great rescue. Back to it, great movement here, but now in the red zone. Floated out to Matt a bit. Nice pass though. Back to Russ. Broken. Phoenix playing good coverage here in the red zone. Oh, and just lasered in there rather than dumped at 8. And this is Maverick's issue. Is they are just end zone eyes and punching it in rather than looking for the dumps and swing early on. Especially with the young kids. Phoenix now with another chance to break. Russ puts some pressure on and gets the D. It just floated a little bit more and he just ran up to him, maybe out of the corner of the eye. He saw something. They're setting up a vertical stack now in the end zone. Matt looking to break, takes it out open and just dropped. Brent. Oh, that's unfortunate. And the speed of this game and the disc is much faster than probably what it's been in any of the games that Maverick has played so far today. And that's a factor of playing against Phoenix. Phoenix. Big hug, good call and talk from the sideline. Phoenix break again. I think that might be a break for half. Nope. One more after this, and that'll be a half for Phoenix. But Maverick now with an opportunity to keep the disc and work it into the end zone. Andrew Leffler warming up a little bit on the sideline, but he doesn't look like he's been ready to play so far. Yes, I'm trying to figure out if Leffler is, what happened with Leffler? Too much drinking? No? No. You've been looking good this season so far. Yes, I hear you. Leffler just commenting why that his inability to play right now is annoying. He's been a very steady handler. And he's worked hard over the last year to become one of the top players out of the region. And now on first day of Ontario Championships, he's unable to play. He's trying to warm up, but sometimes you gotta try and wait it out till the next day and not hurt yourself on the first one. We'll see how he feels, and when he's on the field, we'll let you know. Big offside from Phoenix. You could see that coming. And Ellen's running down. There might be an issue here where the observers aren't supposed to be calling offsides. But an offside is called, and that means Ellen comes down again on the next one to enforce it. And she has to, because now there's a penalty. So offsides are being called, and they were well offside. Big floaty pole. Good energy from Phoenix coming down the field. Bacon takes it, moves it. Sanderson now. It's a zone, and it's a good zone. It looks like a house with 4 on there, and really good movement. And Carl, second kind of drop. He's just a little bit uncertain with the disc. Need to calm down. Good movement by Phoenix here, and good vert stack. They're moving it in up bit by bit, but they're trapped on the sideline now. They need to get it back to the middle, and it's a turn. No foul call. They're in a central position here, Maverick. They're setting up a horizontal. So Andrew Higgins just ran back to set that up. Bacon picks up the disc. To Carl. It's a good confidence catch. To Barents. Pick called. Barents with the disc. It's at 4-5. It's about to become a high stall count. Sanderson wants to put it, but there aren't the options. Back to Sanderson. Dave. Carl coming to this side, but and foul called on a push off. So the disc is going back. It's a tricky situation. It's nicely overcast now, much cooler. Oh, on another field over, there's a big collision. Barents now with the disc on a stall 8. He needs something, sends it to Higgy. Higgy toes it in. Well, it takes a confident step to ensure that everyone knows that was the one. And a big point for Maverick. It's a very important point. All right, looks like I have to go and try and fix the feed as well shortly. So Roy leads 4-3 versus Firebird. You gonna be back soon, Jan? Okay. Gorski looks like he's gonna be in for nationals rather than. I just broadcasted on the live stream. So. All right. Sorry, I missed that poll. Was just checking the stream here. Big Huck goes up. A little bit easy. Just flips it in. And that's half.
Keep working muscles. Here we go, Bruce. Come on, Bruce. You're okay, left, tickets. Oh, yeah, Not in. That's a pretty nice catch.
Big grab there by Maverick right outside the end zone. Our stream should be back now. And video should be back. Carl had sent that Huck right to the end zone. Timeout called. So, now changed video encoders back. And video's back. Thanks, Mandy. We're having a little bit of a trickiness trying to figure out which encoder to use will work with the servers and which will handle all the disconnects and issues that we're having. Oh, that's an unfortunate reset there. He was under pressure. If he'd moved a little bit, he could have created the contact to call the foul, especially after the great grab that he made. Really good bid by him. Barons on the mark. Again, another over the top. Phoenix moving it down on the break side relatively easily. And then just a bit of miscommunication. Two handlers or two cutters going to the same spot, one handler, one cutter, and each of them thought the other one was getting it. Higgy coming on. Baking picking up the disc, and we've got a vertical stack. We have an upline cut, but once again, options not there, and this is the issue that Maverick deals with. When they have good coverage there, how do they deal with it? Pick called, and a shoelace being tied up again in the middle. And there's a call. So there was some sort of pick call up in front. Bacon went up, indicates that he got fouled. Higgy's saying that he got fouled on the throw. So they're sending it back. In case you heard that on our field mic. And this is the issue. There is There are no options, and that's what they have to figure out. If Maverick figured that out, they'd be, well, it would be a different team. Yes, I think we can all say that, but it'd be, they'd be substantially more efficient and effective at scoring point. And there's a foul call down at the other end. They're going to go to the observer. Observers are going to discuss their perspectives. There's no foul. And Maverick takes the disc back. Sanderson going to pick it up. Just bringing it back to the front now. Vertical stack with 5, as expected from Maverick. Bacon's covered up. Barons has it. He's looking, no options. There's basically no cutters. He's looking back for a handler. Pick called. And a good grab. Sanderson with the discs. Gives it back over the top to Barons. Deep cut coming in. He couldn't keep control. He's calling the strip.
No wonders here! No wonders!
And this little style that...
It's here, it's here. Still this side. This side. It's okay, Hadrian, catch up. It's still here. It's still here.
Fortunately, this little style that give and goes that Maverick has, unfortunately, at the end, because it's handler driven, did not give any options. And overthrown over the top a little bit, and the wind might have helped out there. Maverick again with the disc. And the field is really clumpy. He's taking a timeout. All right, I hope the stream is doing okay. I apologize to everyone who's watching and the inconsistency of the stream. It really comes down to the steadiness of the connection, but we've had these streams before and no connection issues. We'll try something else tomorrow. We'll see how that works. Or actually, I'll try something else tonight and see how that works. Other games going on. Roy is losing to Firebird 6-4. Now that's been a big matchup throughout Ultimate history in the last 5-6 years, if not more. Roy and Firebird have traded back and forth. Roy was the team that came out on top, I believe, last year between the two of those, but I don't remember if they did. However, earlier this season, Roy certainly felt like they were the stronger team. And I think they had defeated Firebird at a local tournament or an open tournament. And now we're in a situation where if Maverick gets knocked out or Too Bad gets knocked out, we're going to have an issue and an open bid to Nationals. Carl again with the disc, but no options. Dave with a great swing. Big huck out. And a little bit of uncertainty as to who was actually going for that disc there. But it's a turn down there rather than outside the end zone where Maverick has been this whole point. Centered. And big Huck goes up. And Carl gets a pressure D. Great job there. Sanderson gets a bit tangled up. No options. Higgy. Barons looking at Higgy again. There's lots of people right around. Oh, and a little bit. The thought was there. It was a good idea. It's just the execution. And everyone knows that. He knows that. We'll look to... he's hit that before as well. Phoenix as well showing some issues at this point, but that points out to a good D. Tim Behringer tries to go up for the shot. Timeout called. It's their second timeout for the half, or the first one. Regardless, Phoenix now have a chance to set up outside of the end zone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Clouds have started to clear up again. We're going to get a little bit more patchiness, but expect a little bit more sun for a bit. Wind is a bit more steady. Overall, nice. In case you're wondering, yes, I am still here. Phoenix lead 9-3. The dump goes back a little bit deep, but that gives them a lot more room to work with. And it's out. Phoenix now showing some issues as well. This is something they need to clean up before they head to nationals. It feels like they're missing a few players as well, so Behringer with the disc, looking for someone. A lot of people slipping on that part. Oh, Higgy tries to get a trailing edge layout catch. A lot of players with footing error issues over there. And 3-4 handler set up. Comes back to the middle. That's an important pass, as is this one. More room to work with and to reset into. Now, is it the wind that's causing issues, or has fitness actually caught up? They seem to be a little bit more tired. Almost all of the Phoenix players, and in fact some Maverick players as well, leaning over. It just slipped out. And is there a call? It's an injury. There is an injury call. And Burns just coming off. Russ going on. It's trading for speed. Russ doesn't have in height. He has in speed on that trade. But definitely fresh legs as well. Just great to have on offense. And there he goes. Oh, and it's a short throw, just slipped. Oh, I have to move the camera. Foul called. Stuff happening all over the field. This game is basically now become a technical contest. Great run by Higgy. Misdirection there by looking back just when the throw went up. There was no up call either. A little bit of frustration being demonstrated by a Phoenix player. He kicked a water bottle very close to a couple of folks that are just spectating here. Now we know Phoenix doesn't have good spirit. There's well-documented record of that. But especially towards spectators, it's more of an issue. It just means you're generally a dick all the time.
I gotta get my stuff first. Yeah. What are we doing? I don't know. Where are you guys staying? The Days Inn. Days Inn? We're at the 7 Oaks. We have 4 connecting.
All right, folks watching the stream, I'm going to try dropping the bit rate even more after this game and seeing what happens at that time. Wind definitely picking up here as well. Basically sitting at about 20 kilometers an hour now. Floaty throw, but easily boxed out. And Phoenix back on a roll. That was probably one of their easiest points in a long time. 10-4. They now lead. Well, it seems that those spectators have been chased off. Disc from the other field lands over here. I'm going to check out some of the scores from the other games. Right after this, we're going to do a quick wandering round. Seeing what's up. Phoenix sends a big pull up. It's floating, and it's just hanging up there. They've got great deep position. Oh, and the centering swing was behind Matt. And he expresses a bit of frustration as well. Yes, he should have had that. He knows it. It's just been a frustrating weekend for them so far. In fact, a frustrating few tournaments. Phoenix 11, Maverick 4. I think I just look at that as a frustrating tournament, Matt. 11-4. So just having conversations here with a few people dropping by and around. As you know, my broadcasts usually just involve me hanging out and chatting with folks. I don't know, there's the stream keeps dropping out a bit. Oh. Yeah, Rahul's here now as well. How's your game? Okay, 13-1. Their win against Goose, that's GT. They're going to be coming up on this field, yep, later on today, 17-15 against Maverick, and then I think they'll be on this field playing against Phoenix tomorrow. And then, as they're saying, hopefully in the finals as well. I think it's in the cards. Okay, so it appears it's the score for the Firebird Roy game is now 7-6. And foul call here. Barons with the disc. He's looking for a hook. There's a lot of folks to Behringer now. This is a more classic Maverick line. Other than Barons. Oh, and Higgy's there. And unfortunately, no, it is in. Just tags it on the back line. Meh. That was a good point there. Good movement by Maverick. And necessary as well. Just a little bit of stutter step. Phoenix player looked in. Barons had good eye contact. He knew what was happening. A couple players been having a tough game. Hallett, for instance, he's been in the yellow hat. I played with him earlier. He's young and upcoming. He needs to relax more. He's been throwing a bit earlier. I think that's one of the big issues. I think it's something that we all have encountered in our career and continue to encounter when we lose our fundamentals. So always feels like there's more time than there is when you've got the disc. Maverick now looking like they have a man planned. They go with the flow, and now they're on the other line. Now it's all about preventing the breaks. They're still in line. They're looking for the huck. Now he's just going to move it up line. They're getting these up line shots, but with the up line, at least Maverick keeps them on the line on the far side rather than getting into the middle where now you can have the breaks and an open field. And I think the up lines were preferable in that case. And Phoenix now leading 12-5. If you're on Twitter right now, we have BC Regionals happening as well right now. It's being tweeted from the CUC Scores account, which will be used during CUC for the scores as well. All right, after this game, I will go and once again reduce the frame rate or the bit rate on the stream. Hopefully that will help in general. We'll have a quickly restart the stream as well. From where I'm standing right now, it looks like we will have a Phoenix GT finals. It may sound like it's too early to say, but it's really not. GT has been consistently building up. We will have to see what the matchup there is like between Maverick and GT. The pole goes far out of bounds. Sanderson with the disc. Observer just adjusting, making sure folks are in the middle. Higgy, Bacon, he's looking for Barents there. Carl. Pick called, and it will be coverage. Sanderson has it, or had it. Oh, and the up line was poached. So there's a player. Phoenix now with a chance to finish this game off. A good break there. And needs to be caught. However, there was a pick call. You can't go in there because of the internet. Sorry, JJ. Floaty pass towards the middle. Frogger finally playing some open. And miscommunication leads to a turn. Bacon. Dave. Carl. Good snag with one hand. Needs to chill a bit more. Issue. Barents has injured again. It's a pretty tight stack here. Post stack. Someone has to clear from amongst the handlers back here. Either that or Carl has to dish it and go. Very nice throw there. And a shot, but Blady came off, just not enough rotation. Bacon knows. Horizontal stock coming from Phoenix. As you can see, horizontal. They're set up across the field. They're about 10, 15 meters out, all in the line. And there's the hug. Higgy gets a sweet D. And is there a foul called? Yes, there is. Or no, actually an injury. That's a tough one. I'm sure he'll shake it off, but he's not 100%. He's calling himself out. And Higgy is cramped up from what I can overhear. And it's certainly understandable. They've had a lot of running. He's been playing quite a few points. Everyone's sweating quite a bit. Just generally not conditioned for this. Well, I don't think anyone's really conditioned for this. Our 1 month of summer. Trapped in their end zone, or near their end zone. Oh, and a Scuba as the final, for the final point. All right, here we go. We're now looking at Phoenix 13, Maverick 5, and that is the game. Probably not the result Maverick expected, but it's pretty good. They came out strong. Their issues have been mostly on unforced errors. Phoenix also having plenty of unforced errors. It was not a good or a great game from them, certainly a good game, but they made quite a few mistakes, and I think they have to improve upon that.